Hello everyone, let's solve the problem number 100, same tree. So what the question states here, given the roots of two binary trees, we have been given the roots of two binary trees. You can clearly see in the example part, right? So just give me a second here. So yeah, so we have been given the roots of two binary trees here. So we have to determine if they are identical in structure and also node values. So we have to determine whether they are identical in structure and also node values here in this case, right? So for the first example, this is what the question states, basically simple, right? So here in this case, we have root and left subtree and the right subtree, right? So the value is here 1, we have 1, we have 2 for the left subtree, we have 2 for the left subtree, we have 3 for the right subtree, and we have 3 for the right subtree. These two trees are identical, so we have to return the output as true in this case, right? So let's come to the second example quickly. So just give me a second here. So yeah, let's come to the second example quickly here. We have 1 for the this one root and value 2 for the left subtree. In this case, we don't have the left subtree at all, right? We have null here and 2. So this is 1, 2, and this one is null here. In this case, 1, null 2, this will be. So these are not identical, right? These are not identical in this case. So in this case, we will return false, or we have to return false in this case. This is fine. Let's come to the third example here. So here in this case, we have, so just give me a second here. So here trees are identical. So in this case, you can clearly see structure is identical here. 1, so we have left subtree, right subtree, and the root same, right? So but the value differs here. You can clearly see here in this case, root we have 1, root we have 1. This is fine. But for the left subtree here in this case, we have 2. For this one, we have 1 here in this case. This differs, right? So here in this case, for the left subtree we have 2, but here we have the value 1. For the right subtree here we have 1, but for the right subtree we have 2 here. So this completely differs. For the value differs for left and right subtree. So totally this is not identical, right? So in that case, we have to return false. So they have given wonderful examples for us, just for the sake of understanding, right? So this is fine. I hope the question is completely clear. What we need to do is completely clear as well, right? First, let's discuss the edge cases. First let's discuss the approach, followed by the edge cases. Then write the code and discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. Initially, let's discuss the approach first. So first thing that we need to note down here is we will be going with the recursion. So we'll be going with the recursion, right? So we'll be making use of the recursion or recursive approach here. So I have considered the first example, the same example that they've given in the question, so that it will be easier to understand. We have already seen this one, right? 1, 2, 3. This completely matches, right? So the trees are said to be identical. The structure as well as value both matches here in this case. So the trees are said to be identical. In this case, we have to return the root of this one. Both the trees are identical in this case. So here we have to return true in this case, right? So we have to return true in this case. So this is fine. So let's see the step-by-step execution. So I have considered the same first example right here. So first we will compare roots. Both have value 1. You can clearly see here. Both are having the value 1. So we will check the left and right subtrees on the next step. So compare the left subtrees. Both have the value 2 here. 2, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here. So root are same, left subtree is also same, value 2. So we will check their children. So compare right subtree. So in this case, children is null, right? 2 doesn't have children here. Here also 2 doesn't have children. So we will leave, right? So here we will compare the right subtrees. Both have the value 3 here in this case, right? So for the right subtree, both are having the value 3 in this case. So we will check their children. For the 3, both we don't have the this one children, right? For both the root tree here, this one, for this tree also we don't have the children, and for this tree also we don't have the children. So this is fine. Let's move on with the final step then. Since all the nodes match structurally, so all the nodes match structurally, right? So and in values as well, since it matches structurally as well as in and then values as well, we have to return true in that case. So we'll be returning true in this case. This is fine, right? Easy to understand. So the output that we got is true, which matches the output that they have given for the example 1 in the question. So the approach works absolutely correct in this case. Now we are completely familiar with the approach. As we are completely familiar with the approach, let's discuss the edge cases one by one. First edge case is for the both trees are empty. See here, both the trees are empty. In this case, we have to return true. So this is the base case, right? So this is the base case. Just keep this in mind. So if both the trees are null, or if both nodes are null, then they are said to be identical. So here again I'm telling, so if both the trees are empty, so they are identical here in this case. This is the base case, just keep this in mind. So we have to return true in that case. So let's move on to the second edge case, different tree structure. Here we have 1 2. So here we have 1 2, and we have just give me a second here. What happened to this one? So yeah, here in this case we have 1 null 2, right? So these are structurally different. So in this case value also differs, right? So here we have null, but here we have 2 in this case. So we have to return false in this case. Let's move on with the third edge case here. So different node values. So here for the P we have 1 2 1, and here for the Q we have 1 1 2, right? So here just give me a second. So here we have 1 2 1 but for the Q we have 1 1 2. We have already seen this in the example 3, I think, right? So here structure is same, but this one node values differ because this tree is having the value 2 for the left subtree, this tree is having the value 1. So also for the right subtree we have value 1. For this one, the second tree they have given, we have considered here, we have the value 2 for the right subtree. This differs, right? Completely the node value differs here, so we have to return false in this case. So yeah, so let's come to the final edge case here. One tree has extra node here, so we have 1 2 3 4 here. So we have this P is having the extra node, means extra value, which Q doesn't have. By looking at it itself, we can say that the output will be false in this case, right? So these are the 4 edge cases that we need to consider. The first edge case is for both trees are empty. The second edge case is for different tree structure. The third edge case is for different node values, and the fourth edge case is for one tree has extra node. This is fine. These are the 4 edge cases that we need to keep in mind. Now we are completely familiar with the approach as well as the edge cases. We are good to write the code, right? So let's start writing. So the first step here is if base case, right? If both nodes are null, then they are identical. We have discussed this one, right? So I can just write them this way. We just have to articulate the same thing in the form of code here. So if P equals null and here Q equals null here in this case, so what we need to do here, we have to return true, right? So this is fine. So the next step here is if one is null or the value differ, then they are not identical, right? Accordingly with the question. So we can write that one in this way. If P equals null or Q equals null or value of the P means value, if the value differs, right? The value of the P not equal to value of the Q, then what we need to do here in this case also we have to return false. This is fine. So the final step is here, we have to recursively check the left and right subtrees, right? So I'll just give here a return. Let me copy the function here, this one, function name, sorry, just give me a second here. So yeah, is same tree P dot left comma Q dot left. We are recursively checking for both left and right subtrees. So I have given P dot left and Q dot left, and here same again. Let me go with here P dot right comma Q dot right. So this one has to be P dot left and Q dot left. This is fine. Yeah, this is it for the code. Let me give semicolon here. So yeah, let me format the code once and let me hit the run button. Let's see. So here you can clearly see the sample test cases are getting passed, right? Means the code works absolutely correct in this case. Let's see whether the code works correct for all the test cases or not. Let me hit the submit button. So I hope this works. Let's see. So yeah, you can clearly see here all the test cases are getting passed. Means the code works absolutely correctly. The code works absolutely correct in this case, right? So let's quickly discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. So the approach that we went with here is recursion or recursive tree comparison. We can call this one, right? So you can just you just remember the approach that we went with here is recursion. We know that one, right? So overall time complexity would be here in this case. It would be big of n. Why it is big of n here? Because we are visiting each node exactly once, right? So this is fine. So what would be the space complexity here? The overall space complexity would be big of h. Why it is big of h here in this case? Because of the recursion stack depth, right? So recursion stack depth is nothing but tree height here in this case, right? So in the worst case, it is for the skewed tree I'm speaking of. We have discussed this one in the edge cases. In the worst case, for the skewed tree, it would be big of n, right? So we can just give the recursion stack depth, nothing but the tree height in this case. We can just give big of h, right? So I hope this is clear. So the time complexity would be big of n and the space complexity would be big of h for the code that we have written. I hope the complexities are clear, and I hope whatever the code that we have written is completely clear as well, right? For now, this is it. Thanks for watching.